right, I'm waiting for some people to come and get in here with me before I really get into this discussion. But I really wanted to talk about this one here, man. Like this, I think, is what a channel like this is all about, man. We just enjoy kind of mixing some mythology in with, obviously, just a good old like versus battle, right? So I picked on these two cosmic entities. Let me turn this off. This is my new logo, but I mean, you guys know the logo. I'm just kind of playing with some intro to the whole system here. All right, so we got these two creatures here, right? We got two cosmic entities, as I would call them, from different mythologies, but I think we can make some comparable reads on these two things together, right? So I got some information because I just want to do a standard versus. I really want to get in depth on Cthulhu, who of course comes from H.P. Lovecraft mythology, right? And it's been around like what since like real strong. I think this since the 50s, the 40s, something like that. I'm not sure. I'm pulling up some information on Cthulhu right now, right? And we're gonna talk about like what his capabilities are. Like, I've heard people talking about this mythology for a long time, and what I know is that the backdrop of all this is, of course, is the Necronomicon, right? Let's see if I can find some information. I want to pull it up because Cthulhu, man, like the way I see him, he's listed as a cosmic entity, right? That's what Cthulhu is actually known as, right? And it was written in the Pantheon, the Lovecraftian pantheon. So if you're not that familiar with Lovecraftian mythology, I would seriously get up on Lovecraft mythology. It's amazingly written. Like if you're familiar with stories like the Necronomicon, this is really all tied into that. And even like the Alien series is tied into it too, right? So I'm definitely into this, and I'm definitely checking out Cthulhu, right? And I wanted to match Cthulhu up with someone I felt like, oh, I've got too much stuff open. I felt like would be a real power broker. And in that character, we have Asmodeus right below, right? So we got Cthulhu and we got Asmodeus. And we want to figure out who's more powerful. Who's actually got more juice, right? And my window on Cthulhu just closed. Maybe that's a bad sign if I'm getting into your power and I can't talk about you. Okay. But Cthulhu, come on, get out of the way. All right, Cthulhu is considered to be the great one. Okay. This mythology, this Lovecraftian mythology, has been around since 1928. It was really, how it really hit. So this has kind of been around, like my grandpops was born in 1919, okay, and he's been gone for a while now. So that's a ways back, right? Like 100, we're getting up on 100 years now. Wow, that's pretty amazing that we're going to be people. I'm sure people are aware. That's the whole thing about this matchup is followers of Cthulhu are aware that his anniversary is going to be coming up. It's going to be 100 years since they first introduced the mythology about Cthulhu. I don't know if Cthulhu has a birthday per se or what, but I can tell you that the worshippers of Cthulhu, they know when his birthday is, and they'll definitely be out there celebrating Cthulhu's birthday. All right, but we're not here to celebrate his birthday. We're here to learn a little bit about Cthulhu, and it seems like it comes from the Greek. At least the name comes from like some Greek interpretation because he's like, like a primal being, and that's really what he is, and described as being like a monstrous creature, right? But people love him. I'm reading through the description: a monster of vaguely anthropod outline with an octopus-like head, massive feelers, scaly, rubbery-looking body, prodigious claws on hind and forefeet, and narrow wings behind. So essentially like a giant green octopus, right? Dragon, all kind of mixed in one. Hundreds of meters long. Okay, so Cthulhu is no joke on the size, right? This is a massive and a massively powerful creature. And Cthulhu still got some pretty active worship. Like, I'm not joking, man. Cthulhu has been referenced, I'm in a Cthulhu group right now on Facebook. Cthulhu has gotten on the Facebook, so that's how deep Cthulhu is in these streets, right? So a very, very powerful entity. And then I said, let me match up against another entity that is also of exceptionally, maybe even insane powers, right? And that, of course, is who we have below as Asmodeus, right? And Asmodeus if you've been up on the mythology of Asmodeus, like this is a bad dude. Like Asmodeus, which is why I put him in this position here, right? I wouldn't put him against Cthulhu if I didn't think he was like a real threat here, right? And he is one of the seven princes of hell, a demon whose wickedness is matched only by his talent, and he looks pretty wicked. So that's gonna mean that he is not only pretty talented but also pretty wicked, right? He is called the Prince of Lust, even though that's not, he's not really a handsome guy. You don't want him, right? But he's a monstrous creature. So another monstrous creature, three heads, one like a sheep, one like a bull, one like a man. Obviously, I couldn't use AI artwork to create that image, but geez, can you imagine that? This three-headed creature. I'm gonna have to get some artwork to reflect this, because that's insane. That's insane. Pointed ears, hooked nose, jagged teeth, and fire-breathing mouth. Right? And some quasi-human, characteristics built into this character. Right? His heads are crowned with one above one chest that resembles a man. At the waist, his body undergoes another bizarre transformation, giving him a brightly feathered legs of a rooster and the scaly tail of a serpent. Jesus, who even dreamed this stuff up? Like, I love mythology myself, and even this is crazy. So what we're really trying to get to is, like, what's the scope of power from these two relative beings? Like, how powerful is Cthulhu? Now, I'm giving him an extra boost to power because they don't go into a lot of what his power set is. He is just known for being a cosmic being of massive size that obviously in this format is more kind of humanoid, has weaponry, and commands vast cosmic power. Now, the same thing can be said of Asmodeus, right? Who is the lord of the Nessus, which is a region of hell, and he commands vast demonic powers. Obviously, he's no joke. If you're one of the seven of hell, you're pretty high ranking. And, these demons are going to have, hellfire. Obviously, he's got hellfire at his disposal, right? Let's see what else it says about him. This dude, okay. So the backstory on Asmodeus, which is deep right here. I'm gonna have to get into this one because this is pretty deep. All right, he comes from Zoroastrian belief system. So Asmodeus is actually like an ancient demon, right? That's really old belief system. Comes from Zoroastrianism, right? And he is derived from Asmodeus, a wrathful demon who appeared in Persian Zoroastrianism around the 9th century BCE. Later, the Jewish and Christian faiths built off of that infamy of those previous demons, and they created this demon. So he has been through Zoroastrian beliefs, right? Jewish beliefs, and is into the modern and Christian beliefs. That's where he comes from. So we're pitting really an old school demon, old school creature against Cthulhu, who is a relatively new kid on the block. That's really what we got going here, right? And I'm trying to figure out, if you lock these two in a gym together, who's going to come out? Because they're both all about domination. Like, I believe that Cthulhu's not going to let anyone be in his presence and not bow down. He's used to being treated as a reigning king, right? This cosmic entity. And Asmodeus, if I'm reading about this guy, man, he's all about it. Okay, but I just hit a snag in this theory here. Okay, all right. Okay, here's the backstory with Asmodeus that we needed to get to, right? And I'm sorry I didn't lead with this here, but this may say a lot for you guys about his power, because it does a lot for me. This is a lot for me, okay? Now, he was once, Asmodeus at least, was once held in thrall or held captive or restrained by King Solomon. If you guys don't remember, the word on the street is when Solomon built that temple, it wasn't him that was building it, man. It was demons. Like, he would summon and bind these demons. This is a fascinating story, too, about King Solomon's demonology, right? Because this dude was up on demons, man. He would literally capture demons, make them say who they are, what they did, right? How they went about their business. He was categorizing all this stuff. He was actually restraining these demons. And he had demons who were tasked with building his temple, which is why I guess it was so ill. Like, that's why it can't really be repeated, because nobody's going to hire demons these days, right? That's some immigration jobs for your ass right there. But he proved to be too powerful for slavery. Okay, so hey, what's up? Hey, good shout out to James right there. So he was too powerful, and he literally broke out of King Solomon's restraints. I read about a lot of demons. There's like 72 demons that King Solomon, right, binded together, right? I've read about. I've been even detailing some of these demons. So he burst out of here, and according to this text here, he hurls King Solomon 400 miles away into the desert. So first, I was gonna give him a knockoff in power because you got caught up and enslaved by a demon, by a human, that is King Solomon, right? But you were too powerful for that. So again, like this is an ancient dude. Now I want to give Cthulhu his props. I really enjoy the myth of Cthulhu, right? I really like what's come out of there, and I want to just be like, I don't know why, man. I feel like the Cthulhu cats are a decent group. Like I'm following their page, and they seem like they're a decent group. Like I'm not, I'm not actually worshiping Cthulhu myself, but they seem to be pretty into it. And they're very open and about asking a lot of questions, right? So where is Cthulhu's cosmic scale? Because I'm telling you right now, Asmodeus, it seems like he's even way more hardcore than what I gave him credit for being. Right? That's the truth about this demon right here. Vast demonic powers. Vast demonic powers. Very old tradition, right? For you to be coming from, this is thousands of years, right? This is 9 years before, like, what, 9,000 years, right? That we're looking at, to, not whatever the math is on that. He's an ancient being passing from all these belief systems, right? Okay. Oh, Cthulhu is a metaphoric representation for Saturn. Okay. The black sun. Now, see, now that right there takes us in a whole another direction, man. Now, okay, I'm gonna have to get up on more Cthulhu myself. Like I was really ready to get into this one, and man, I just feel like I'm gonna have to get up more on Cthulhu, man. Like this one, I can't call it because as we've been going through this, as I've been kind of educating myself about these two cats live and direct, it makes me think more and more that man, I don't have enough. I don't have enough to do it. I don't have enough to do it. Like I'm looking at Asmodeus, and now I'm seeing Asmodeus in a whole other level. Like you're at the hierarchy, you shook off King Solomon, like you're very old school. Enough that your name is considered fire and ice. Okay. Fire is that the one is that like the movie Fire and Ice? Is that the same thing or no? Is that different mythology? Because I would like to. I definitely want to know about this one. I definitely want to know about this one. Because now I'm a little bit more excited. It's always fun to kind of have to figure out more about some of these cosmic entities here. But yeah, this is actually very cool. Look, I'm gonna get back into different concepts. Same for okay. All right, I got it. Okay, I'll definitely scope that book out, man. Thank you for putting me up on that. So look, I'm gonna dip, right? I'm gonna come back on this one. I'm gonna come back. I picked up some info on this, and I'm gonna have to revisit. Yeah, I have social media. You know what? You can hit me up on my. I'm gonna drop my Facebook link in here. You can tag me on my Facebook. I don't care. Or better, yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can get my link. Okay, this is me right here. I really only use my social media for this kind of stuff anyway. So. Oh, you know what? Okay, yeah. If you want to drop it on my Facebook, that's cool. Or because I don't really use you know Twitter at all. I don't think I have a Twitter anymore. Let me see if I still got my Instagram. Let me get you that right quick too, because that would be all right, man. That would definitely be all right. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, I'm gonna drop you my Instagram as well, right in these comment sections. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad I picked these two, man. I'm definitely glad that I picked these two, cause yeah. All right, I just confirmed you. Right on. Now I'm gonna have to get into learn about Cthulhu, so that's gonna be occupied. I'm kind of deep on books right now, but I have to solve this riddle right here. This is something I need to know. This is something I need to know. But like I said, even like sitting right now, I kind of been learning a little bit about Asmodeus, just kind of in general, like trying to get up on demons a little bit more. Um, so it kind of led me to this, and obviously, man, that's power right here. But I do believe that it's worth checking them out in detail. I'm definitely now much more up on Asmodeus. This is definitely education for me, which is very cool. Let's see, hit me up. All right, well, look, James, hit me up with that. I'm gonna log off of here right now because I gotta skate for a little bit, but I'll be back and we'll kind of revisit this. But if you get that over, I promise we'll come back and we'll do this one.